Here is our cord that we're going to be hooking up. Here in the country I was born in, we have 120 volts and 220, 240. And this is an example where a white wire can be live on your 220, 240 volt circuit. So you just remark it with red tape so you know it's live. Okay, so we'll strip our ends here.
She's off, bud.
Okay. You'll see the markings here. L2, it's line 2. Black is line 1. That means it's live power. And of course your E is earth ground. So we'll strip our conductors here. And it says 220 volt AC, same as 240. And it says on the other side here, 220 volt. So we go into our junction box here. And I'll bring the cord in a little bit here. Make sure it's centered in the connector there. Get our connectors nice and tight. So we'll take our green, walk our ground wire up to our green ground wire here. Okay, I'll strip it longer so you guys can see. Okay, so I'll get our strands, I'll wrap it around our solid wire like this. Get it nice and copper even on the end here like that. Take our wire nut. So there's our ground connection made. And now we can put our ground wire back into our box. Get out of our way here. So I'll fold our white, which is our live wire. And we'll strip with our number 10 hole. And we can strip our wire a little bit longer. Strip with our number 12 hole. We'll get our insulation even at the bottom like this here. Wrap our strands around the solid wire like that. Get our copper even at the end and our insulation even down here. Take our wire nut, put it on like this, and we'll just twist it on nice and tight. into our box. And we'll do our black wire, which is our line 1. Strip it with our number 10 hole. Now I'll push our line 1 sticker back some. I'll strip it longer here. So we get our insulation even at the bottom like this, and we'll wrap our strands around our solid wire like this. Make sure our copper is even up here at the top and our insulation is even on the bottom. Put our wire nut on. Make sure it's all nice and tight. Put our wire back into our box. Okay, now I'll show you the junction box up close. Okay, we'll just make sure our cover screws aren't going to hit any of the wires. And we'll just put our cover back on. I'll just back this off a little bit so it's even on both sides here. There's the hole it sets in. There it is in the counter. Okay, so we'll screw in the back here.
And keep it up as high as possible.
Yeah.
So the drawer will work.
Yep. Get up in our crevices here. If you lose them, you lose them. You just grab another one. You don't let anything bother you. Don't let anything at all bother you. Yeah, regular sheetrock screws would be better back here. These things don't work.
They don't?
No, because I'm in the back now.
Alright, you need something longer.
Yeah, regular
Are
Phillips.
you going in the back wall?
Into the back wall, yes.
Alright. It's going right into the plywood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cabinet plywood?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's the only one that came with it, bro.
Alrighty, so thanks for watching. That is how to wire a 220, 240 volt hot plate here in the country I was born in. We use for this we used a 10 American wire gauge on 20 amps, and we used 10 on 30 amps, 12 on 20 amps, 14 on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare, the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a 220, 240 volt circuit like we had here, and we remarked it with red tape, or on a 110, 120 volt switch loop, and you mark it with red tape there also. And it is the same for all three gauges of wire. And the amperage rating, 14 goes on 15 amps for both 110, 120 or 220, 240. Same with the 12.2 or 12.3. It's used with up to a 20 amp circuit breaker on both a 110, 120 volt circuit or a 220, 240. And again with number 10, we use that on 30 amps for both 110, 120 or 220, 240. Peace. Thanks for watching. Alright, that came out pretty good.